I want to say that you are loved. I love you. Yes, I do. I may not know you, but I know you. And I love you. Why? Because I love my people and I love my planet. Because I love myself. And if I love myself and I see myself in all, how can I not love you? And I just want to put this message out because we need it, especially now. A lot of people feel unloved. Some days I do too. I get a thought like, oh, nobody loves me, nobody's calling me. But you know what? I said, well, I love you. I love myself. And if you want someone to call, why don't you call someone? Get outside. Say hello to someone. You know, call someone that's been on your mind that you haven't heard from in a while. And if there was a rift and you haven't spoken to someone in a number of years, well, put that aside, apologize, even if it's not your fault, and call them. It's on your heart for a reason. Okay? We all make mistakes and it's okay. That's the Earth school. We're humans. Check it off your spiritual bucket list. Check it off your human bucket list and grow. Self-mastery. The only way you can truly be yourself is to walk that path, right? So I know there's some people who may be isolated because of, the situation right now in the world with the Rona. And I just want you to know that you are loved. You are being watched over ones who love you dearly. Those who have departed, they're watching over you. They're sending you love. You have to tune in. You have to dial in. Cut out the distractions. Don't watch TV for a week. Read a book. Go out in nature. Close your eyes. Meditate. Breathe. Listen. Say hi to a stranger. Wave to a child. Get some little nuts and seeds and feed birds and squirrels and just connect with nature. Because to do that is to connect with yourself and be reminded on a beautiful sunny day that, you know what? Wow, this is a beautiful sky, beautiful sun. It's beautiful. It's fall. The leaves are. Wow, this is beautiful. That's you. You're beautiful. And I know I'm not new agey or anything like that, but I'm really starting to see we complicate things way too much. We take things way too seriously. There's an answer and for everything in its simplicity. When I started simplifying my life, that's when things started to click. And the one thing I noticed is that, we've been taught how we don't know how to love. I think that's where I'm going with this clip. We don't know how to love. I think the closest thing we got is 1 Corinthians 13:4-8, if I'm correct. Read that. And I strip away, the word God, all the characters, and just look at it for what it is. And love is unconditional. And unconditional love means that people are going to make mistakes, and they're going to mess up. They may hurt you. They may betray you. But if you give them enough time, they're going to correct their behaviors. And if they don't, they'll die and be reborn, and they'll get a chance to correct it, and all will be made well. And so we have to give people a chance to atone. But people are afraid to do that. Why? Because of guilt, because of shame. And to go back to what I said a few sentences ago, we are not taught how to love. We aren't. We're taught to love beauty, money, power, fame, domination, so-called success at the expense of others. We're reaching for ideals that are not ideal for humanity. They just aren't. I mean, you can have those things if you see them the right way. If you see life as an experience, there are no right or wrong answers, in the grand scheme of things, but they are in the limited space that we're in. Come on now, common sense, common sense aside, I'm talking about the journey. When you're learning something new and you're in unfamiliar territory, you're going to make mistakes. And what has happened is the indoctrination of school has taught us that those who get straight A's are rewarded, and those who get anything below a C are, the class dunce, the dummy, and you get punished. Or, those who do what is told of them, aka obey, they get all the glory, the perks, the love, the attention, the class valedictorian, right? And everybody else is like, oh, you'll never amount to anything, right? Some of my friends shared some horrific experience as children that adult teachers and nuns are telling them that they'll never grow up to be anything. Even counselors, school counselors, I'm like, wow. That, I'm gonna leave that for another things, teachers versus instructors. I'm gonna get into that later, but right now we have to learn how to love, and loving is like any parent who has a child. When the child takes its first step and falls down, you're not going to say, oh, you're horrible, oh, you're terrible, you suck, I don't want you to be my kid anymore. You're not going to say that to a kid. If you do, call a therapist. But you're going to be patient with that child until it finally walks, and it can walk without stumbling. But even as an adult, we still stumble. What, you're going to be mad at an adult not paying attention, is distracted, happens to stumble and fall? You're going to just get out of our life, get off our planet. You suck because you can't walk and you're an adult. Come on now, like. So that's what unconditional love is, and it doesn't mean you put up with abuse. It doesn't mean you put up with the negative behavior. What it does is you bring that attention, you bring it to their attention, and you say it has to change or I'm out of here. And if they really care, they're going to get it together. And if not, you leave. But you still pray for them or send that positive energy their way. So hopefully, even though they can't be in your life anymore, hopefully they'll get it together. That's the difference. That's the difference. So I want to keep this short, but I just want you to know that don't give up on yourself. Focus on the positive, not the negative. What are you consuming? Are you consuming things that uplift you, or are you consuming things that drain you? Are you around people that uplift you and support you, but also correct you lovingly? Or are you around people that just totally bring you down and call you names and beat you down? Like, that's not love. And a lot of people are in relationships, even careers, that they claim they love, but they're not happy because it's either A, that's not the career that was put in your mind by your parents or society or something you watch. Just like love. Let me tell you, Disney and Hollywood messed us all up. Disney and Hollywood education just messed us all up when it comes to love, because they got us. There's a lot of good content about that, so I'm not going to really get into it. But what I've noticed is that it's really it's unidealistic, unrealistic. Excuse me, it's unrealistic. Because Hollywood, smoke and mirrors. They have professional special effects, makeup, hair, nails, props, filters to make everybody look perfect or desirable. And everybody's sleeping around with each other in Hollywood, but nobody gets diseases. Okay, so it's very unrealistic. It's very and what happens is, it's instead of us wanting real relationships and friendships and companionship, we want something hot and quick, just like going to fast food. We don't want a home cooked meal. We want something hot and quick. And now we're used to hot and quick. And just like it's hot and quick, it's going to leave hot and quick. But the problem is, depending on the situation, you may be stuck with burdens or responsibilities that will last a lifetime. Whether it's AIDS, an STD, a child, whether it's debt, whether it's a broken marriage that you can't leave. Well, you can leave if you want to, you can always leave. So we just have to, I really feel this. First, know what love is. Really ask yourself, what is unconditional love? And everybody, whether you have kids or not, can relate to having parents having to deal with children, because you were raised by somebody. You clearly saw the sacrifices they went through to make sure you were fed, clothed, had a roof over your head. Children, we know when our parents struggle and they don't say anything, or maybe you have parents that make sure that cuss you out and that you keeps reminding you about all the sacrifices they made to, keep a roof over your head. I don't approve of that, but that's their journey. Parents, you got to forgive your parents. See my clip about that too. Parents have, remember, your parents had it harder than you to make it easier for you. So you got to show respect at least for that. Okay. I'm not excusing abusive behavior from parents, but it is what it is. And you have to question if your parents were abusive. I can totally relate, but were their parents abusive to them? And so, and were their great grandparents abusive to your grandparents? And where did the abuse start in humanity? I wonder, because it was planned. Okay. So, and we're breaking that plan now. Okay. So I'm going to end it here. Unconditional love means being patient, being kind, sacrificing, but also, tough love. Sometimes you're going to have to stand your ground. You're going to have to lovingly give, critique, and you may have to leave a situation until it gets better. But you are always wishing the best for that person. Okay. So meditate on that. You, just like you want people to forgive you and love you and understand you, are you giving it back? See, a lot of people want love, but are you giving love? And I had to really ask myself that. I consider myself a really loving, good person, but I realized there are some aspects of self that I couldn't give because I didn't give it to myself because nobody taught me. And nobody taught the people who were supposed to teach me. And that's okay, because we can learn now. That's a good thing. So if you have any questions, if you want to write in, you have anything on your heart that you want to get out, you may need someone to listen to, get some suggestions, or like I said, you just want to, get it off your chest, to get it out of your heart, because that's the key to healing. It's not enough to write a song, a poem, paint. It's not enough to, go to a junkyard and take a sledgehammer and just bash out old car windows. No, you are human. You need to connect to another human. See, you need a human witness. And Iyanla Vanzant talked about this in one of her clips. On her show, she talked about you need a witness. You need a human witness. Because it's a spiritual component too. That's why people, when they're on a deathbed, they confess to get it off their chest so they can move on freely. Why wait until you're on your deathbed? Do it now so you can get off your chest and live a great life. So I'm going to leave it here. You are loved. Someone loves you, and you got to love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, how do you expect anybody else to love you, to truly love you? And we all have to stop. We have to stop wanting things from people without really thinking about what you can give in return. That's one, but it's simply just simply be yourself, be your honest true self, and you're going to attract a like-minded person. I'm going to save that for the next clip. I'm not going to go there. I didn't really mean it to touch in there. And I'm not going to edit this video because this stuff has to get out. And sometimes it's just better to hear it raw. And I'm not perfect. I'm willing to take correction. But I just wanted you to know that I love you. You are loved. Like I said, I love my people on my planet. And I will do my best for you. And I wish you all the best. Never give up on yourself, never give up on your goals, your dreams, and most importantly, never give up on yourself. And trust me, even if other people fall away, it happens for a reason. Think about it. It's like if you have a storehouse full of stuff, nothing else can be fit in there. It's only when you start getting rid of things you no longer need that you can make room for the new stuff to come in. And it's the same with your life. People come and go. People come into your life for a time, a season, and duration. When I heard that, I was like, wow, why'd y'all teach this in school? Right? So people come into your life for a short time, for a short time. Some people come into life for a season, a little while. And there are some people that are in your life for the whole duration, your whole life. And through those three stages, other people are coming in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. They are. And it's okay, because it's for your growth. And you get experience. You can experiment with things. You can learn things. That's how you learn and grow. It's no stagnation. Okay? So that's it.